Today, there is interesting news from the Zaporizhzhia Directive. Here, Russia made an opportunistic push to seize more territory in Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia Oblast before any potential ceasefire negotiations freeze the front lines. Despite the initial surprise, Ukrainian forces were able to react quickly and started destroying the attackers on the spot. Russia aims to secure a more advantageous position before talks solidify the line of control, hoping to stake a stronger claim over a region where it already controls approximately 70% of the land, but crucially not the regional capital of Zaporizhzhia City itself. The current offensive seeks to take as much ground as possible while conditions still allow, in order to bolster Russia's bargaining position in upcoming negotiations. This sudden push in Zaporizhzhia comes as speculation grows that peace talks might soon begin, potentially locking the front lines in place. Historically, frozen conflicts have left both sides in control of whatever land they held when the ceasefire was implemented. If Russian forces can seize key positions now, they could cement their control over more Ukrainian territory before the lines harden politically. To execute this strategy, Russia has launched an unexpected offensive in the region between Kamyansky and Orychiv. This area has been relatively stagnant for months, with no clear strategic reason to prioritize attacks there. Until now. If we look at the topographic map, we can see that the assault is centered on seizing control of a key hill ridge, with Ukrainian defense lines situated on and around it. The Russian assumption was that Ukraine had moved most of its best equipment and personnel to hotspots like the Kherson and Bakhmut fronts, leaving this sector vulnerable. Initially, the Russian attack took Ukraine by surprise. Russian forces, spearheaded by the 108th Air Assault Regiment, made quick advances, exploiting a weak spot between the areas of responsibility of two Ukrainian units. They launched assaults on positions near Malisha Sherbaki and Pyatikachki, pressing forward aggressively in an attempt to consolidate control over these villages. In Stepov, Russian units pushed toward the main highway, trying to secure a logistical corridor for further movement. However, Ukrainians quickly recognized the seriousness of the situation and responded in force. The battles escalated into intense engagements across multiple settlements, with Ukrainian forces determined to hold the line. The 128th Mountain Assault Brigade, one of Ukraine's most experienced units, has been deployed to counter the Russian advance, bringing in some of its best drone units. While the situation remains serious, Ukrainian troops are now stabilizing the front and limiting Russian gains. Already posted geolocated footage from the area shows how Ukrainian drone operators are hunting down Russian soldiers and equipment. If Russian forces were to push significantly further, they could bring Zaporizhzhia City, home to 700,000 people, into artillery range. Such a development makes it imperative that Ukrainian troops hold back the offensive before it reaches a point of becoming too dangerous. Despite the initial Russian success, significant limitations remain. Their advance is currently restricted to the contested zone between Russian-controlled parts of the Surovikin line and the areas Ukrainians took control of during their summer counteroffensive in 2023. Even if they manage to push beyond this area, they will be met with a strong layer of defenses in the form of the Ukrainian Zaporizhzhia defense lines, a far more formidable obstacle that will completely prevent any further progress. Additionally, Russia does not have sufficient reserves stationed in this area to achieve a large breakthrough or sustain a continued offensive effort. Unlike the more concentrated assaults in other regions, this offensive seems to be an opportunistic gamble rather than a well-prepared strategic push. While Russian troops might continue pressing forward in the short term, their long-term prospects for major territorial expansion in Zaporizhzhia remain low. Overall, the offensive underscores Russia's approach to upcoming negotiations. Take as much as possible now, to negotiate from a position of strength later. While Russia may lack the forces to achieve a decisive breakthrough in Zaporizhzhia, its attempt to seize additional land highlights the urgency of the situation. Ukraine's ability to react quickly and prevent further Russian advances is crucial, not just for the immediate security of Zaporizhzhia City, but also for the strategic landscape of the war. If you are against the invasion of Ukraine and want to support the work I'm doing, consider subscribing to our independent news website. There you can find exclusive strategic insights, comprehensive overviews of all fronts, and regular tactical analysis videos. By subscribing, you will not only show your support for this channel, but also help defend independent journalism. The link to our website is in the description. Thank you for watching this report, and I appreciate everyone who has stepped up to join us.